Good evening, I'm Taylor Thomas with a CTV News update. Pro-life or pro-choice, no matter your perspective on the issue of abortion, the controversy still roils the nation. The U.S. Supreme Court in late June overturned the Roe v. Wade decision, which for nearly 50 years made abortion legal. The High Court's ruling essentially returned the abortion issue to the states. Unlike many red states, abortion access is protected here in Maryland. Meantime, concerned about the High Court action, Montgomery County officials today launched an abortion access grant program. $1 million has been set aside for the program. Community-based groups that provide abortion access services are eligible for up to $50,000 in grants. County Executive Mark Elrich made the announcement this morning.
We see these states across the country that are moving backwards on women's right to choose. And we're finding out that it has other implications for women's health in general. And this is not a step forward, this is a step backward.
Westmore and I stand with Montgomery County and all the elected leaders who are here today in our fight for reproductive justice. Look, as the county executive said, it was over 30 years ago by a statewide referendum that Maryland enshrined the right to abortion in our state law. Today and every day, we must continue this fight. Let me be clear, folks, that this November, women's reproductive rights are on the ballot.
The program was announced today in Rockville. Here are the latest COVID-19 numbers for our area. The Maryland Department of Health has confirmed 1,349 new cases. The county's positivity rate is at 11.51%. 6 Marylanders have died of COVID over the past 24 hours, and 491 people are hospitalized. That's down 18 from yesterday. Well, for the first time, the FDA has given approval to an emergency updated COVID-19 vaccine to fight the new variants. FDA and CDC officials held a joint virtual press conference to make the announcement. Officials say the COVID vaccine booster by Pfizer and Moderna also targets the BA4 and BA5 Omicron variants.
The authorization for the updated Moderna COVID-19 vaccine booster applies to individuals 18 years of age and older, and the authorization for the updated Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine booster applies to individuals 12 years of age and older. I want to make clear that these updated boosters present us with an opportunity to get ahead of the next predicated wave of COVID-19. These updated boosters are critical in helping protect teens and adults from the most serious outcomes of COVID-19 caused by the currently circulating variant.
The decision means the doses could soon be available to the public. The FDA's authorization was made before the completion of human trials, which should be done in the next month or so. Maryland State Police are investigating a fatal hit-and-run on the Beltway last night. It happened on the outer loop near Route 214 just after 11 o'clock. Investigators say 43-year-old Charles Noble lost control of his motorcycle and rolled on its side. Noble was ejected from the bike and was hit by several vehicles, none of which stopped. Noble was pronounced dead at the scene. Anyone who may have witnessed the accident is asked to call State Police at 301-568-8108. You're watching CTV News. I'm Taylor Thomas. Coming up, Wes Moore and Dan Cox are set to face off in Maryland's first gubernatorial debate. Details after the break.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The date has been set for the first Maryland gubernatorial debate between Wes Moore and Dan Cox. It's October the 12th, and it will be aired on Maryland Public Television. The news comes on the heels of a news report that the former Army veteran and Democrat has raised 10 times as much money as his Republican challenger, Dan Cox. Now, coming off their huge victory during the primary, the Moore and Miller campaign raked in $1.7 million. His challenger, as of August 23rd, III had a total of $141,196 in his coffers. The month of September is designated as National Substance Abuse Disorder Recovery Month. The state wants to remind Marylanders who are struggling with an addiction that help is available. Residents can now call the National Crisis Hotline number at 988. Many Marylanders may be familiar with the state's 211 hotline number. Officials say residents still are able to use that number until the fiscal year of 2025, but says the new hotline number is a part of a national mandate. The state,
passionate, so incredibly passionate people who are ready, willing, and able to help anyone who is suffering from the disease of addiction. And, we need to break the stigma. There's a lot of stigma around addiction. It is a disease. And if anyone is listening or watching, I just encourage them, if they are ready, to get help.
The state yesterday recognized International Overdose Awareness Month. A historically black sorority bands together to address the needs of the county school district. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and its eastern region have stepped up to support the school system's comfort closets. The comfort closet is a place inside the district's designated community schools where students and families can pick up hygiene products, cleaning supplies, and even clothing without any judgment. Officials say through an Amazon wish list, which is catered to each school, the sorority has been able to order more than 5,000 items for the closets.
Comfort Closets was created to assist students and families who encounter barriers by providing them with the basic necessities to promote a culture of giving in our communities. This is a true example of what the power of each one of the members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated could do in a district this large. We are the 20th largest school district in the nation, and we are so grateful that we have over 5,000 items that have already started our comfort closet.
This initiative, which is a part of the sorority's regional public service project, is supporting 27 of the school system's comfort closets. Sorority officials say this project is in remembrance of DST's 27th national president, Cheryl Hickman, who passed away back in January. A Temple Hills man who was shot last month has died. 29-year-old Anton Meechan was on the 2600 block of Brook Drive when he was shot numerous times. He died of his injuries earlier this week. So far, there are no suspects and there's no word on a motive. Anyone with information about this case is urged to call Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS. And still ahead on the news, a little sports talk with Serena Williams. Stay with us.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The University of Maryland's women's volleyball squad is off to a good start this season. The team has compiled a 2-1 record to begin the 2022 season, and head coach Adam Hughes says he likes the team's competitive nature.
I think they're silly. I think they enjoy having a good time, and I've gone into a couple locker rooms before matches, and I've seen people play guitars and dancing, and so yeah, I would say they're silly. They're incredibly competitive. One thing I really liked about the group last weekend in the Florida Gulf Coast is that we're down 1-0, and I look at them and I can't tell you're down. They were really competitive in the second, got themselves a window, come back and win the third, and then in the fourth it was the same thing. So I like that competitiveness about the group.
The Lady Terps are participating in the Stony Brook tournament in New York, where they will go up against Georgetown tomorrow at 12:30, as well as Stony Brook University at 6:30. The Washington Commanders football season is right around the corner, and head coach Ron Rivera and general manager Martin Mayhew spoke at a press conference yesterday and touched on a number of topics, including the potential of the 53-man roster. The Commanders had a 7-10 record last season, but hopefully this roster's mixture of youth and veteran experience will translate into more success in 2022.
I think one of the things that a lot of these guys share is really their youth. I think it's a good young group of guys that are growing into their own. That was one of the things I liked about what we saw through training camp was you saw some individual growth. And as you see that, the one thing you're looking for now is, okay, are they growing as a unit, as a group? And I think we've seen a lot of that. So I'm pretty excited about that more so than anything else, is that, this is a group of guys that if we continue to add the right pieces to it, you've got a core.
The Commanders open up the season at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars on September 11th at 1 o'clock. Serena Williams' expected retirement was put on hold yet again after the 23-time major champion pulled off a 7-6, 2-6, 6-2 upset of number 2 seed Annette Kontaveit in the second round of the U.S. Open last night. In a post-match press conference, Williams spoke about how she thinks she's been playing and why Tiger Woods is one of the main reasons she's still competing.
He was really trying to get me motivated, and there's a few people, but he was, we were like, okay, we can do this together, and it was good because it was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I just lost, and I just so many questions, and when you can rely on someone like that, I mean, my goodness, he's Tiger Woods. It just was really helpful to get clarity. I'm playing pretty good. I feel like I said on the court, I've been practicing really well, but it hasn't been coming together in matches. But now it's kind of coming together, I guess. I mean, I had to bring it together today, so it worked out.
Now, Serena won't get a chance to rest as she plays with her sister Venus in double action tonight. She will then face number 46 seed Ajla Tomljanovic on Friday. Moviegoers, listen up. AMC has a perfect way for you to celebrate the holiday weekend with the entire family. AMC and Regal Theaters are offering $3 movie tickets this Saturday only. It's to mark National Cinema Day, and it's for all movies and all showtimes. We went out to share the news.
Oh, wow. I think I will be taking my kids there depending on what movie we want to see, but that's about it. We'll definitely be going there then.
I think that's great. It's affordable for the children and for parents. And yeah, I might indulge this weekend. Thank you for that information.
Keep in mind, if you purchase your $3 tickets online, taxes and surcharges fees will be added. If you want to avoid those fees, simply go in advance and purchase your ticket in person. Well, if you plan to take Metro this Labor Day, pay attention. WMATA is adjusting its Monday Labor Day schedule for riders. The transit agency will operate on a Sunday schedule for all trains and Metro buses. Weekday off-peak fares are offered all day. Also, parking at Metro-operated lots and garages will be free. Let's get a quick check now on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, clear skies with a low around 64. Friday, partly sunny with a high near 86. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a warm high around 87. Sunday, clouds with scattered showers and a high near 87 degrees. And now for our community calendar. Are you ready to step into a new career? Well, the Prince George's County Office of the Sheriff is now hiring. Officials are looking for candidates to fill positions as entry-level deputy sheriffs and experienced deputy sheriffs. Applicants can apply online and meet all requirements. Bilingual applicants are encouraged to apply as well. Now, for more information, simply visit governmentjobs.com/careers. And that wraps up tonight's CTV News Update. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Taylor Thomas. Good night.